Hello and welcome to Digi8.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on team meetings. Now let's start with the definition of team meetings. A meeting called by an executive who has a task of overseeing a group of employees is called a team meeting. These are arranged for proactively taking considerations of the whole team and manager into account. Together, they decide how often these meetings should be. They can help decide what will be discussed, the meeting's venue, time, and format. Employees must understand and be aware of what takes place in the firm. They must know what the firm needs them to do to achieve its targets and gain success. Team meetings are central to building an environment where steady improvement is sought. Moving on to tips for running executive team meetings. First, be ready for a meeting. For a team meeting to be prosperous, it should have a head who can oversee the discussion. They must not dictate the meeting, however. This is a chance for workers to understand what has to be done in the next meeting, discuss significant events, offer feedback, and take part in conversations. And obviously, for this, the employees have to be ready. Next, practical time limit. Discussing large projects should not be pushed till the last minute. A discussion taking longer than possible can be rescheduled to the next meeting. Time can be kept aside to discuss the issue post-meeting. Next, taking decisions. Team meetings aim to find solutions to problems and not to produce more of them. Therefore, problems should be dealt with by the whole team. Next, topics should be decided. Many things can be discussed in the staff meeting. The manager decides the tone and tells everybody the issues in the agenda of the meeting. This makes it efficient. Next, sharing data. Developments in the firm and required knowledge can be shared with the team members in advance. Some time can be set aside to discuss queries regarding these things. And finally, teams should offer feedback. Team meetings that gain success are the ones that make all individuals take part. Thus, they develop solutions and ideas which help achieve business aims. Moving on to the next, team meeting agenda. In simple terms, meetings determine the unit, the group, or the team. People attending are a part of it, others are not. The meeting is a team's location where it keeps adding, updating, and revising its collective knowledge. Meetings let individuals know the shared aims of the team and their own task. They get to know how others can aid the process. Meetings keep people committed to goals set and the decisions taken. In management, a meeting is the only chance for the team to come and work together as a whole. It is the only time the executive manager or supervisor can be seen as a group leader instead of the immediate managers. Moving on to classification of team meetings. Broadly classified based on two types. One is the size and the other is frequency. Let's look at size. Under that, there are three categories. First, the assembly, which has 100 plus employees which gather to listen to one or more speakers. The other, the council, has 40 to 50 employees who get to hear one or more speakers. And finally, the committee, which has 10 or 12 people max. They can all participate equally, overseen by a moderator. Next, frequency. Monthly, weekly and daily meetings all vary. Meetings without a schedule, sudden meetings, quarterly and yearly also have differences. The cohesion of team depends on how frequent these meetings are. Next, types of team meetings. First, the ones which are into team building. Second, innovation and design. Third, for decision making. Fourth, information sharing. Fifth, problem solving. And finally, team meetings for status update. Moving on to how to plan a team meeting. First, one should know if something is required in the meeting. Next, the aims and targets should be clear. Third, there should be a schedule and issues should be arranged according to priority. Fourth, the form and agenda should be decided according to the meeting. Next, the correct participants must be elected. Next, the meeting should be planned according to who is attending. Next, venue should be decided and pre-planned. Next, there should be space to talk over the agenda. Next, one should take care lest the attendants get tired. Next, the schedule must be set and followed. Next, the agenda should be known beforehand. And finally, one should plan for any technical glitch during the meeting. And finally, let's look at an example of team meeting. In this case, Steve Jobs. During his years as CEO of Apple, Steve Jobs attended innumerable team meetings. To Steve Jobs, the idea of an effective meeting is for it to not be swarming with employees. Steve Jobs only had those employees directly involved attend his meetings. The employees' attendance was actually essential. Moving on, Ken Segall recounts Steve Jobs' dedication to simplicity in his book Insanely Simple. In one instance, Segall talks about Steve Jobs noticing an employee attend a weekly meeting that was about to start. He inquired who she was. She said she had come for the meeting as she was on a related marketing projects. Jobs told her to leave the meeting. He said, "I do not think we will need you." Next, declining President Obama's invitation. That was not the first time that Steve Jobs had applied that viewpoint. Steve Jobs also declined a request to a meeting of technology experts organized by then President Barack Obama. Steve Jobs' rationale for not going for the meeting: he considered more people than necessary were going. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on team meetings. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video.
Thank you and see you in the next video.